Alright, welcome once again to the woodlands of Pennsylvania. I am in Fulton County this morning, Saturday morning. Today's May 30th, I believe. I'm in the area of where the abandoned Turnpike tunnels are here in Buchanan State Forest. And I am going to the one tunnel this morning, but you've already seen that video. I did a little product review for a flashlight, pretty cool little flashlight. But there's some other history here with these tunnels that I want to explore. You know, I've mentioned in those videos where I was here in the past, you know, these Turnpike tunnels were originally going to be railroad tunnels, but it was the South Pennsylvania Railroad, but it never happened. But there is some other evidence of that that railroad history here, and one of those is a cool section of a graded railroad bed that was done back in the 1880s, and there's like a stone culvert or an aqueduct or a tunnel, whatever you want to call it, that a bunch of workers from Sicily built. So we're going to go check that out. I'm going to walk the whole length of the old railroad grade to the railroad arch and then come back. The actual railroad arch trail ends right here. I'm back behind me is a parking area, right? You can see like there's an underpass right there. That is the abandoned Turnpike back there. So we're going to go explore that. You will see the Turnpike tunnel in this video because I got to walk down to the tunnel to the start of that old railroad grade. Because the old railroad grade, the modern path of the Turnpike did not follow the old path the railroad was going to take. So anyway, as I say, let's quit yapping and we'll get out there and explore. So I'm looking forward to seeing that tunnel. From the images I've seen, it's pretty cool. All right, beautiful morning. Let's get going. And I do want to mention quick where I parked. This is the Oregon Road here in Buchanan State Forest, and that is the abandoned Turnpike up there. And there is some parking. There is some parking right here. I had to park up a little bit further. Down that way is a place called, I forget what it's called. There's a camp down there, Camp Oregon or something. There are a lot of places to park to get to the Turnpike tunnels, but this makes a nice spot because I can hike up there to the Turnpike, make my way down the tunnel, and then we're going to get on what's called the South Pennsylvania Railroad Trail and come back on the Railroad Arch Trail, which comes out just up from the Jeep. So it makes a nice little loop trail. So that's why I chose to park here. Alright, let's get up here. There's a little path up here. Tell you what though, the air is just filled with a beautiful smell. And it's these honeysuckle bushes. They're all lining the Turnpike here. These smell wonderful. They're growing all along the sides here. Beautiful day to do this. And just down the ways there is our first glimpse of the tunnel. Hey, there's surprisingly very few people out here. Oh, actually, I see some down there. Walk around, but there's the tunnel down there. And I'll give a little bit of history of these Turnpike tunnels when we're down there probably. But somewhere around here will be the start of that South Pennsylvania Railroad Trail. But we'll go ahead and walk down to the tunnel anyway. Besides, I'm making another video in the tunnel, but you've already seen that video. Yeah, so here we are at the abandoned tunnel. Yeah, there's a ton more graffiti here than last time. Same with the trash. A lot more trash than when I was here last time. Wow. A mile long, all the way to the other end. You can probably hear some other people in there trying to ride their bikes through there. But yeah, these tunnels were started in the 1880s, I believe. They were going to be part of the South Pennsylvania Railroad, but that never happened. I think that went bankrupt. Some major investors pulled out and it never happened. So these were abandoned for a while, and then in 1938, the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission bought these tunnels and used them for the Turnpike. And then I think that these tunnels were abandoned, the Turnpike tunnels then were abandoned at a later date. In the 60s or 1970s, something like that. Just got to be too congested because there was only one tunnel. So it went from a 4-lane highway to just a 2-lane highway, and it caused problems with traffic and stuff. So they rerouted the Turnpike through this area. But the tunnels are still here. Pretty awesome. So the original path of this proposed railroad back in the 1880s was going to follow this tunnel on its way out of here. But when the Turnpike bought the place, they did not use the planned route that the railroad was going to take. And just up here, the railroad bed veers off from where the Turnpike is. And that's what we're going to hike in a moment here, a little bit, that old railroad bed. It's just a very small, I don't know how long it is, actually. It's not that far, because they didn't grade a whole lot of the railroad bed before it went bankrupt. So, all right, but just want to give you a view of the tunnel too before we hiked on. I might put the camera down so you can get a view of how big this thing is with me walking up to it. All right, so that gave you a cool shot of how big this tunnel actually is, but in a moment here, we're gonna hike back down the way we came and then veer off another trail. But I do have to make another video here. I think you've already seen that video. I'm gonna test some flashlights in here. So I'll do that first and then get back with you on this video. All right, so we're gonna leave the tunnel alone. It's getting a little bit busy down there. So let's head back. Find that trail up here. All right, I believe right here is where we're going to turn off. Abandoned highway. There's a trail that goes up that way. Interesting, but I think we want to be up. Sorry. I think we want to be up here. Oh yeah, you can see the railroad grade right here. Okay, and it does go up that way too as well. All right. We have made it to the trail. I am looking forward to finding this other tunnel out here. All right, there's our first actual blaze mark on a tree. I'm not entirely sure I'm on the right trail, to be honest with you. These trails back here are not marked at all. Not well blazed, so slightly confusing. See, like that right there looks like that's man-made. We'll see. All right, so I was just down there on that trail, and I hiked up here what looked like man-made, and this is, up here is the old railroad bed. You can see how it's raised up significantly on both sides. Not sure if that's showing up real well, but that's quite a drop on either side. So the trail does not actually follow the old railroad bed in places like this, but we are going to go this way. So that's what was confusing me. I thought the trail followed the old railroad bed. I mean, it does off to the side. Oh, hello trees. I'm thinking this comes up to an end right here. Yep. But oh wow. This is pretty cool though. So this is as far as they got with this section right here. Actually does extend just a little bit more down there. So like this was a work in progress. So I guess at this point they're probably going to build a bridge across to the other side. But here's looking back. Like I said, they never actually laid tracks. They were just actually working on this. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so like I said, it was a little confusing. There was no trail name off the turnpike there, abandoned turnpike. It's really telling you that this was the South Pennsylvania Railroad Trail. And the trail itself is not on the actual railroad bed here, so that was kind of confusing. But I figured it out now. It would be difficult to have the trail up here because it just drops off to nowhere down here. I mean, we were pretty high up. Let me pan you around again. This is a lot of work to build this. Let me show it. Turn you around slowly here. I mean, we are high up. So they had to, they had to bring all this dirt in and just pile it up. All right. Well, we're supposed to be funding the tunnel, so let's keep going. I think I'm going to make my way down this way here, carefully. So up there is where we just were, and I hiked down just a little bit here. We're still raised up quite a bit. You can tell by looking down, but just across the valley here, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there's the other end. So they probably, we're gonna build a trestle across here, unless they were planning on filling this with dirt in as well, but I'm guessing they're gonna put a trestle across there. I don't know if you can make out the other side over there. All right, so I'm back down on the actual trail. Up there is where we were. Kind of weird to have like a fence here. Not really sure what the deal is here. But then, like I showed just a moment ago, up there is the other end of probably what would have been a trestle going across here. Oh, actually, I wonder if that was there when they put the turnpike in. Maybe they put that fence in, because sometimes they would have a fence, blocking off access to the turnpike from the sides. Maybe that's what this is from. They still have that along the turnpike and the interstates. Pretty sure that's what that is. All right, let's get on going. All right, so we are going to explore this. I came prepared today for tunnel exploration. I even brought water shoes along. Get my feet wet without getting my other shoes wet. So we're going to go for it. All right, in we go. All right, well, let's head in here together. Get some light on in here. Lots of bugs in here. Oh, cool. Stone lined. Wow, this is actually really cool in here, in more ways than one. Let me get a couple pictures. I'll tell you what, the ceiling is getting lower in here. Sorry about that, I gotta adjust myself. There are rocks jutting out. There's some kind of a pipe running through here as well. Oh, yes, it's getting short. Oh, yeah, it's getting lower. Old stone-lined culvert. Ouch, that's my head. There's actually remnants of a pipe. Like I said, it's the same pipe, it just busted off here. Alright. The end is in sight. Ouch. Yeah. The ceiling's a little low. It's all flat rock, so it's not really painful. Let's keep going. The end is in sight. Well, we made it through. Temperature is definitely a lot cooler in there. I wasn't even expecting to crawl through this tunnel or walk. Wow. Yes, I wasn't even aware that this culvert was here. I'm still looking for the other one that was built from I forget if I mentioned already in the video, they brought workers over from Sicily to build that one. It's supposed to be a stone arch one, but this one is well worth a video too. So, hey, 2 tunnels, actually 3 tunnels in one video. I showed you the Turnpike tunnel. I didn't walk through that one too much. Well, I did in another video, but so tunnel number 2. Got one more up here, hopefully. All right, well, now we gotta go back through, I guess. Might as well. Actually, on a second thought, I'm just gonna walk around to the other end. A little bit easier. All right. Yes, that little tunnel was pretty long. It popped out just on the other side there, and it goes all the way across here. Up there's the railroad bed, and just on the other side of that hill is where it comes out at. So that's a long little tunnel. I didn't get too wet because I put water shoes on. Bottom of my jeans got a little wet, but they'll dry off shortly. All right, cool. I gotta get repacked up, get back on the trail. All right, so down there was our culvert. Now we're gonna head back up to the railroad bed. As I'm back on trail here, I do want to take a moment to thank all you guys once again, my viewers, those of you who support me on Patreon and send those gifts in the mail, financial gifts, because it makes these hikes and explorations possible. I mean, I'm on blast today. I haven't even gotten to the tunnel that I was coming here looking for in the first place, but you guys make it possible for you to come out and do these things. I know some of you are unable to hike, so you kind of hike through me, and others of you learn about new places to go to by watching these videos. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. So thanks guys. Having a great day. I do have 2 other places to stop at today as well if I get to them. All right. Yeah, now the old railroad bed, kind of going through a little cut in the hill. Goes from being high up to down in this little cut. So we're walking along another raised section, and I do see another culvert down there. So I'm gonna at least walk down and check it out. Probably not gonna walk through that one though. At least check it out. Yep, it's very similar to the last one that we were just at. This one just doesn't have any water flowing through it, so I'll let this one go. It's almost an exact copy of the other one. Still pretty cool though. So our main destination is still ahead. At least I hope it is. And this tunnel is big. It's not gonna be as big as the Turnpike tunnel you saw earlier, but definitely much bigger than these last two culverts. You know, kind of on a sad note, I don't know if sad is the word to use, but all this work. Now you saw all the dirt that's been moved. I'm walking through another cut through the hill here. Once again, they move rocks and stone and rubble. There's two culverts we saw, the beautiful stonework, and this other tunnel that we're going to get to that's, from what I've seen, is beautiful work. You know, like I said, they brought those workers over from Sicily to build that tunnel. And in the end, none of it was used. They never even laid track here. So all that work that those men did, it never amounted to anything. I mean, they got paid to do it. I'm hoping they did. But, you know, in the end, it was never used. So it's kind of a shame if you think about it a little bit. I don't know. That's kind of sad. That's kind of depressing. Let's move on. But it's something to think about, though, when you visit places like this. All right, we're coming to one of these areas where the trail actually goes down, but the old railroad bed continues this way, like raised high up above everything. I feel like we're close to that railroad arch. I want to walk out here. See what this looks like out here. Yeah, as I was walking up that way, I almost missed this down here. There is a bit of stonework right here. That's kind of cool. Looks like, I'm not sure what this is. Looks like there's some on the other side there. I almost wonder if this was, I don't know, pathway up here? I don't know. They always did things, you know, decoratively back then. This is actually a beautiful sight walking along here. All this beautiful moss. Kind of curious what is out this way. If that stone arch is out here or not. I'll just take you with me here. And once again, we're coming to the end here of how far they got. I do hear water. Actually, I wonder if that is the tunnel right there. I see like if you can see that there. Maybe I'm just dreaming. I do hear water. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of rounded on top slightly. All right, let's get down there. So up there is where we just were. And like I said, you gotta remember, this is all man-made. Now we're gonna bring that all the way across. And then there's this, what I pointed out up there. This is the culvert, I guess you could call it. Because I see stonework right there. So let's walk over here together. I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Some nice stone there. Oh yeah. There it is. I see the opening. Let's walk up here just a bit. Yeah. Check that out. That is awesome. Well, I'm gonna unpack myself and you know what's gonna happen next. Alright, so this is looking pretty awesome. You can see the other end there. And you can see there's not much dirt on it, but you gotta remember, like over there, we're way up there. This was all gonna have a huge, you know, earthen, like beam, I guess you could say, over it. Berm, I guess is the word. It was meant to have a lot more dirt on top of it. about high as that way up there, but never happened. But it's still here. So I got my water shoes on again, and I am gonna hook you up to my main camera lights, I think there. All right, let's get going. All right, so without any more further babbling and yapping and whatever, let's get on in here. It is pretty cool in here. Put the lights on. And this is absolutely beautiful stonework. It reflects the light beautifully. You see, it's much more of a dressed and finished look than that culvert we were in. And you don't have to stoop down in here at all. Wow. I mean, the stonework is beautiful. You gotta remember, they brought men, like I said already, men from Italy, from Sicily, were hired and brought over here specifically to do this. Finish walking out here together then. That's actually a pretty cool shot right there. All right, back out to daylight. Turn around here in a moment. Here's the other side. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back in. We'll probably focus more on taking some pictures and filming since we already walked through it together. We'll start the initial walk-in together. That's a cool shot too. Well, I'll see you back on the other side. And here we are, back at the other end already. Just one last look back down this beautiful tunnel. All right. Alright, so we were just down there at that end, but here once again you can see where the railroad bed is, and here's where the arch is, because they have it nicely kept. There's no trees growing on it or anything. Otherwise the tree roots would grow into it and crumble and everything, and it would have reached up over there somewhere, and this would all been covered with dirt then. And I'm gonna hike back to my Jeep on the railroad arch trail, which is a much shorter trail back to the parking area. So if you don't want to hike the whole rail bed, just want to see this, you can just hike up the railroad arch trail. It's a bit shorter. And here's one last look at the other end, where I'd come out at. And we'll follow this trail back to the Jeep. Yeah, and in a fairly short amount of time, we're back at the road. And the Jeep is up there waiting for me. I see her up there. It's always a good thing to have your vehicle still there where you parked it. All right, beautiful day out here. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this little video. Well, it wasn't a little video. Got to catch a glimpse of the Turnpike Tunnel. Of course, a couple weeks prior to this, I did film that flashlight video, the through night, kind of a product review. And you saw a little bit more of the tunnel, the Turnpike Tunnel again. That's why I didn't really bother showing it too much in this video. But I was planning on going through the one tunnel, but we did get to go through that culvert too, which is pretty cool. So anyway, thanks once again for those of you who support my channel through various means. Like I said, this is awesome doing this, and I absolutely love sharing it with you guys. So 2 more places planned for today, hopefully. So I will see you around. Thanks.